All right, I have up on the screen my paper that I've written so far. It's not ready to be turned in yet, but what I'm going to be doing is adding in and looking over my title of my paper and also adding in my headings. So the title of my paper, it's only one word, so I don't really have to worry about what words to capitalize or not capitalize since it's only one word. So I need to make sure I capitalize it. So I'm going to have my title up at the top, and we're all going to make sure that our title is size 16 font. Okay? Everyone's title is going to be size 16 font. Now, everyone's text, you either get to choose. The whole paper should either be in Arial font, which I have right here, or in Times New Roman, which is down in the T's, which would be right here, Times New Roman. So you get to choose either Arial or Times New Roman. These two fonts are the most commonly used fonts just because they are easy to read, they are seen most often, and that your reader doesn't have to spend more time figuring out what word it is and can read your paper for what it's worth and the information that's in there. So we want to make sure it's an easy to read font. So my title, ready to go, just dogs, or just the basic topic that your paper is about is going to be your title. So mine is dogs. I'm going to write underneath that in size 12 font my name. So by and then your name right here. Okay. Then I have the rest of my paper. I'm going to be adding in my heading. So our headings are going to be right above each paragraph. So I'm going to enter down for this one. And when we're adding in our heading, it's going to be the same size font, size 12, as the rest of our paper. Headings are never bigger than the rest of your paper. They are always the same size font and the same type of font. However, they are usually, sometimes not, but usually underlined. So because this first paragraph is my introduction paragraph, when you are wanting to underline a word, you can hit Control U, Control and the letter U on your Chromebook, and it will automatically underline whatever you type following that command. So I'm going to do Control U and I'm going to write introduction. So that is my introduction paragraph, and that's going to probably be everybody's heading for that first paragraph. Okay, so now I'm going to think about the subtopics or what each paragraph is about. We're going to now move on to my second paragraph. I'm going to make sure that there's one space, so right here, one space in between this paragraph in my heading of my next paragraph. And again, make sure you're hitting Control U to underline. Now, I know that this next paragraph is going to be equipment for a dog. So I'm just going to write equipment needed. Okay, so equipment is going to be my heading. It's underlined. It's right above my next paragraph, and we are all set. Okay, now my next heading or my next paragraph, remember, I'm going to enter. I'm going to have one space in between my paragraph and the next heading, and I'm going to do Control U. And this next one is breeds of dogs. Now notice, breeds is my first word, and it's also a noun, so I need to capitalize it. Of is one of those prepositions where we do not need to capitalize it if it's in the middle of a title or a heading. And in this case, it's in the middle. So I'm not going to capitalize it, but I do need to capitalize dogs because that is a noun. So breeds of dogs is what that will look like. So then I'm going to go to my next paragraph, enter down, go back up, Control U, and I know that this one is routines. Okay, so routines, I'm just going to keep that one word. I thought about maybe adding routines to teach, but I'm just going to keep it as a simple heading, one word. Now, next paragraph, feeding your dog. So I know this is about food. So I'm going to let's do enter down and Control U. And let's do, should I do dog food? Should I just do food? Maybe I'll just do feeding your dog. Now, feeding is the first word of the title, so it needs to be capitalized. Your is a pronoun, so it needs to be capitalized. And dog is a noun, so that needs to be capitalized also. So feeding your dog. Then the next paragraph, enter down, up, Control U, is play and exercise. So I'm going to do play and exercise. And is one of those articles that we do not, or I'm sorry, not articles, fanboys, conjunction, that we do not need to capitalize in the middle of the heading. So I'm going to keep it lowercase. Play and exercise are both nouns. Those need to be capitalized also. Okay, then I have my conclusion paragraph. So I'm going to enter down, Control U, and then I'm going to say conclusion. Make it underlined, and that is all the headings that I need. Now I'm going to go back up, and I am going to have, or I'm going to spend time right now, making sure that my first paragraph is indented. And I notice I didn't do that in every single paragraph, so I'm going to go through and indent my first paragraph. So I'm going to click right before the first letter of the first word in my paragraph and hit Tab. Make sure that each paragraph has an indentation starting out the paragraph and then the rest of the text underneath. That first line follows the edge of the margin. Okay, so I've added in all of my headings and I've double checked over my title and my name should be right here. Let's make sure that our title of our document is our first and last name and then informative writing. Mrs. Hurst's informative writing. So your first and last name would go right here, and then informative writing would go after that, just so that when we submit it and we turn it in, everybody's title is the same, so I know exactly whose it is. Okay? Feel free to go back and look at different parts of this video if you need to revisit some of the tips about the font size, the type of font, the title, and all that. Otherwise, you are going to be adding that into your paper today. Let me know if you have any questions.